Looks like we are live. Man, oh man. Hello, Vivian. How are you? You hear me all right? Everything sound okay? I changed things around again like I'm not supposed to do, but I'm trying to make it work good. So it's a work in progress, so to speak. So, uh, thank you very much, Vivian. We appreciate that here because it's it's cool to click the like. So yeah, I made some changes in the studio again. As you can see, there's more stuff back here that's gotten all organized more. This is still working in progress there. Um, there's probably 85% of everything I own has been touched by me now. There's still a few boxes, or let's see, there's a bag and about 3 boxes in my car still, but one of them is like power tools, grease gun, caulking gun, saw for, like an electrical saw, that kind of stuff. So that I have to figure out where that's going to live. Um, it's just going to stay in my car until I figure that out. Because I do have a toolbox in the corner. Um, you can kind of see it right there. Super grainy in here. I'm going to turn the lights up a little bit, but I still got some outside light coming in, so I didn't want to overshadow it. Hello, Mr. Caldwell. How is Hugh? My favorite Hugh is in the house. Matter of fact, you're the only Hugh that I know. So not only are you my favorite, but you are my only favorite. So that makes you extra special. Um, anyway, hang on a second. I gotta do crazy stuff here. Ah, because I changed things, and yeah, it's fun to change things because then nothing works the way you had it work before. So I'm gonna presume that my vocal is coming through, and I'm not seeing a bunch of twos or worse threes. Um, so let me see here. I need to go and adjust my lights. To do that, I have to use my phone. My phone was going to play another part tonight. Well, it still is, but alright, that's a little better. Let me see here. Alright, good. I'm glad I'm sounding good. We'll find out when I pull out Ruby and see what happens between the two because, of course, I changed all my levels here. Let me smack the microphone with my hand and see if that really does make terrible noises when I do that. So, I think we're going to call that okay for now. And then, right. So I have set up a new holder for that camera. Hopefully I don't sound like I'm in a stadium. I spent the better part of the week figuring out, hopefully, how to shut that thing off in here, and I think I may have finally done it. But it is now on its, I'm calling it a semi-permanent mount because right now it's where I want it, but I don't like the way it is. So I may change it. I'm using, what the heck's it called? Manfrotto. It's actually, I was actually using it as a microphone holder before because this SM58 is so light. Well, now that I've got this set up and I've got it working, I put it back on the Manfrotto camera mount that's actually a camera mount. So now it's got the articulated arm that I can make longer or shorter. You just loosen it up and then the tube slides. I don't know if you're familiar with Manfrotto, but the camera I can raise it up or down. Now it's fiddly. It's all manual. There's nothing super smooth about it. If I mess with it, it's going to wiggle and jiggle just like any other camera would. But I can now rotate it and show other portions of the room by just changing the by just changing the thing. So that's kind of cool. Let's see here. Do that, and I can close that one and go here. Hey, look, I'm live. I'm going to bring this up now just so I can bother myself later. Anyway, hopefully this is all working and we're going to be fine. I'm going to get the chat up here in just a minute. Way out of sorts today. I was up until 4:30. Well, I woke up at 4:30 this morning, and my brain, as I've mentioned at Preston's, just said, "Oh, let's go. That'll be fun." Yeah, that wasn't it wasn't very fun. So I'm a little tired. Hello, Mr. Heyman. How are you doing, Mitch? You still loving that new guitar? That sweet little sixer that you got? I haven't seen the video about it yet. I'm sure you posted it, but I haven't been notified. So I'll have to go and look for it manually, the old-fashioned way. So let's see here. I can close this one. And then I can pop out the chat because that's what I like to do. It's my favorite thing to do is pop out my chat. Now that that's done, we'll make it be like that. And we're going to copy this. Copy. Here and properties. And delete that. Paste that and say OK. And hopefully, when I turn this on, it will appear. There it is. Look at that. Chat just like we knew it was doing. I'm going to move the chat over here. I know it's an unusual place for it, but tonight we're going to have another guest, not a person, by the way. We're going to have my OBS one cam or OBS Droid cam working up here, and I'm going to show you guys some things here in a little bit. Now over here, I need to make this. Do Windows. I'm learning. It's a slow, tedious process, but I am indeed learning. So now that's there, and I can look at something. Can we look at a home screen? Yeah, that's good. I like that. Okay, so slept after work until 11 p.m. Wow. Oh, those kind of things. Hey, Boomer. Boomer base meme in the house. Nice. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought you'd bought a Mexican player, and I'm kind of there. I'm looking for right now. I mean, it's long term. I'm not gonna buy anything now. I have 7 guitars. I don't need any more right now, but I do want to get a reissue of the I think it's a 1972 Tele Deluxe, which had a single humbucker in it. I heard one playing, and man, that thing sounds neato. Yeah, just have. I'm working on it. There's, we still got the Tele Deluxe that I'm talking about. Plus, I want to get the Gretsch with the, the what the hell is the name of that whammy bar? Wow. See, my brain doesn't work. So there's going to be 9 right there. So I found all of my guitar hangers. So now I have to decide who's going to hang where and then put them up. There's going to be, oh, you can't see that. Let me turn this off. There's going to be 2 over here. That piece of wood's going to be gone because I do not have to put my television on the wall. It can sit on the shelving unit. So I'm going to be sending that back to the previous owner along with the mount that used to hold this TV on the wall. Anyway, and then there'll be 2 guitars here, one above, one up here, above it, up higher, and then one down low. And then on the other side of the TV, there'll also be 2 guitars. I know that. I just don't know who's going where. but I miss having them on the wall, and I do want the space back that they are currently taking up by leaning in that little corner right back there. If you look really close, you can see the Ibby's neck right there. Right there. That's Ibby's neck right there. The others are the acoustics and fun stuff. Bigsby, thank you. Thank you, Boomer. Thank you. That's what I needed was that word. It was in my brain, but it wasn't going to be coming out anytime soon. So this thing is trying to make it be in a place I want it. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I haven't seen one like that. Preston was talking about the boat, but in my situation, the boat would be stable. That'd be great. But it's not, I don't have enough space, really. Even if I got a small one that only held, like 3 or 4 guitars, it would still be, well, there. That's where it would have to be, is right along. If I could move my hand the right way, there it is. It'd have to be along in front of here, and we can't have that. Oh, wow. Well, when I win the lottery, have a professional sound studio for no other reason other than to have one. That's a joke. I wouldn't do that, but I'll have a better studio than I have right now. It'll be dedicated and it won't be a bedroom, and it'll have cool lights and all the stuff I see. But, this is just a hangout. It's just for us to chill and relax. I did find some of my smoking paraphernalia. Um, and so this is sadly, I can barely draw air through this anymore. It's plugged somewhere down here, and there's a little chamber thing in here for the tobacco smoke to be cooled through. It comes through the water up the center of that little bulb looking piece right there, then comes back down through the water again, another section of water, and then comes up and into your lunguses. But you can't hardly pull through it. So I don't use that for my tobacco very often. So, and then I got this really cool and wild tobacco pipe. Of course, it's a glass tobacco pipe from my Not the Daughter in Missouri, my daughter's best friend. Picked that up and gave it to me for my birthday, and that's pretty cool. It lives in a padded bag. I just haven't put them in their drawers yet. I will. There's a lot of things that I had to do to the drawers first. And then I have my original that was given to me by a friend. This is called Smokahontas, if I can move it the right way. So he's been packed away for a long time. They're going to get their own special home now so that they can come out and be used once in a while. So oh, I just might have to steal that name because I was thinking about doing the whole camera thing for the animals, and yeah, I could do that. I like that name. I like the way you think, Boomer. You got some good things going on up in that brain. And of course, Francis would like that name. Uh huh. Right. So now you've seen my found tobacco things. We know what I'm really talking about. So then I found another thing. I was going through my man box, and how you doing, Francis? Thank you for coming by. Thank you, everyone. that's in here for coming by. Hugh, Boomer, Vivian, Mitch, all y'all. So anyway, I got to clean this up. But I was going through my man box and I don't really remember too much of what's in there. One of the things from my grandfather I can't show because I would have to lock the stream. It's a naughty one. So we're not going to show that. It's something that he made. And the craftsmanship, when you consider how it was made, is pretty cool. But I can't show that. Maybe I'll do a private stream, like a unlisted one, and send you guys the thing, and then we can do it that way. Because then I know that there's no way chillins could see something they wasn't supposed to see. But I got this when I was 8 years old. Um, some people call them a mouth harp, but that's more for harmonica in my world. But other people call them a Jew's harp, not to be confused with the prejudice term. But now that has been changed to a juice harp for popular vernacular, which is really dumb. I mean, unless you pinch your tongue or hit your teeth with this, and then it'll make your mouth water. So then I suppose it could be a juice harp. But yeah, it's been around for 50 years. This is officially an antique now. And it still works. It's never quit. Isn't that amazing? I don't know what that particular shape style is called. I got it at the beach for $1.75. And my mother raised her eyebrow when I said I had to have it. But she's not here to witness it, but it's still here, Ma. So anyway, I'm going to be cleaning that up and playing around with it and doing some stuff. Hello, Mr. Chandler. Everything is a Snoopy harp. I like that. That's a cool name. Hello, brother. I may or may not fit that term, Marshall. I don't know. But, it's good to see you, Mr. Chandler. Oh. So, how's the audio, Mr. Turner? Is it good tonight? I didn't mess with the levels a lot, but I've sure moved a lot of things around. We'll get Ruby up here in a minute, and I'll bang around on that for a while, and we'll see what happens with that. So, I want to show there. So I'm kind of an incense guy. I like incense. But here I can't use it so much. The roommate has some breathing problems, so I just don't. But I came across this, and my other roommates that I would live with before, my friends, bought me this while I was in Missouri as a Christmas gift, I believe. Anyway, it is super cool. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it is... Get my finger out of the way. You put your incense, I don't understand the physics behind how it works, but you put the incense up here and light it on the head, and then the smoke pulls down through the head and out of the mouth, and then fills all these little areas down here around the tail, and it fills in like a mist. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I have a couple of pedals, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that. But that would be interesting. I can technically put my vocal through archetype nollie. It is possible. I did it accidentally, but anyway, it's really cool. I'd show it in order, but I can't do that at this time. Maybe at some point I'll be able to. But anyway, I've come across that. It'll be out on display. We'll find a nice place to put it. For now, it's just going to live in its box. I hate styrofoam. I absolutely hate styrofoam. But that's how it was packed, so that's how it's going to stay packed. Because it's very unbroken. Harp through... Hugh, what's a ring modulator? I don't know what that is. Oh my goodness. I found this. Another incense burner. Oops, that's upside down. There, and then move it the other way. So that, and then it's got a little storage flippy doohickey right here. So inside of there, come on, turn it all the way. Oh my God. You can see there's incense inside of there. Holy crap, I can't figure this out. Everything is backwards. I'll have to stand in front of a mirror and practice showing things. And then this just flips open and you put your sticks in here. You can also put down here at the end, you can put the little disc. You can see I've used this a lot. Anyway, I found that. Thought that was cool. That'll be another thing that's on display. And can you guess what my favorite, well, some people call them flavors, but I would never want to taste this. My favorite scent in incense is dragon's blood. And this has candles and sticks, and then these are the things that go on the top of the little dragon doohickey. In particular, that one right there, kind of funky shaped one. They have a special hole drilled in them, and I presume it's the heat that makes the smoke draw down. But pretty cool. Then, so one of the more special things that I found is a box that it's packed under my bed right now, but and I'm not going to pull it out because there's not enough room to show what's in there. It is a bunch of film from my grandfather. Now, some of them are commercial cartoons and probably reels that he just picked up. He was quite the audio video enthusiast. A matter of fact, in the thing I'm going to show you here in a little bit, talking about memories and walking down those lanes. In lieu of that, there's actually a picture in here that shows what I'm talking about when I say that he was an audio video aficionado. That was his hobby. But I've come across a book, and I don't know where this book was made. I mean, I know where it came from, but I don't know where it was actually made. So I'm going to show it now. I can change this over to, come on, get over there. Get right there. So now we got to move my mouse out of the way for a minute. So this, hopefully I still sound all right. Thank you, Marshall. This book, everybody still hear me all right, even though this is pointing the wrong way now? Eventually I'll have two microphones and I'll be able to just switch. But anyway, this came, let's see if I cannot make it. My phone camera doesn't like to focus at all on this book. Anyway, that says Vampire Peak, Badlands National Monument, South Dakota. Now, I've never even heard of Vampire Peak. Other people probably have, but I haven't. But this book is a little bit older than me. Predates me by a lot of years. This, and I don't know if you can read it in this childlike writing. Trip to Portland in 1948. This is a travel book that my mother made. I'm not going to read all of the little quips in here. She wrote down some of the stuff, but all the way out, she documented all of these. I mean, these pictures are from 1948 as they drove from Omaha, Nebraska. No, Lincoln, Nebraska at the time. And came across the country on 2-lane blacktop. That was a freeway then. That's that right there. Let me see if I can get it on the other camera. Nah, they're just too grainy. That's my mother when she was 11, 12. 12. Born in 37, 48. No, she was 11 or almost 12. So anyway, this whole book is her trip. She took these pictures. She wrote all of these in here. They're all pinned in here with these little metal things, whatever these corner attacher things are called. Typically like an 11-year-old would. Anyway, this is super special. They came out here to visit my grandmother's best friend, who we always called Queenie, and apparently she was always called Queenie, because in this book my mother refers to her as Queenie. There's a picture of her in there. But logging equipment. I mean, this is from Portland. This is they're floating the logs here. They went horseback riding on Rocky Butte. This was a stable in Rocky Butte. They went horseback riding at. Her and her cousins, whom I never knew, not really. Anyway, this book was really something to go through. This was the first time my mother had ever seen the beach. You can see that got the beach all on one thing. And that is, I think, my grandmother. That's my grandmother. Pictures are really grainy and the cameras don't really want to cooperate, but this gave me a whole lot of pleasure to go through this book and see people I haven't seen for 38 years, since I was 22, 36 years since I was 22. Anyway, so yeah, this book is all of these people. These are her cousins. It says cutest babes in town. There's another picture of my mother. I'll try and show this one up here, because it's actually a pretty good picture of her for a black and white. Sitting on the beach. That's my mom. Greatest woman in the world. I miss her dearly. And then these are some other random pictures of stuff. Multnomah Falls. And this was before the earthquake. You can see the falls hits here. And that made it the second longest falls in the world at the time. And then the Monmouth earthquake happened 2000 and something. Maybe even 90s. Anyway, now it hits on a rock that juts out from that earthquake. It hits here. Just a little bit of history. And that made it now like the 5th or 6th. Anyway, it knocked it out of contention. So, hello, Gussie. Hello, who else is in here? Charlie's in here. Charlie, how you doing? Sean Chandler, and then, of course, set up by Marshall. My goodness. Anyway, if you haven't been to Multnomah Falls, you have to go. It's a requirement. That's Horsetail and Bridal Falls. There's pictures of Bonneville Dam and the fish ladders, the original fish ladders at Bonneville Dam. This was an incredible this was an incredible experience to go through with my mom. You know, what? 70, 80 years later? 70 years. My mom was 26, 70 years later. Wow. Yep. So I got to turn off the droid cam. We don't want to look at we're out of weed, because that's my mouse pad. I went to get something at a store, and I saw that, and I had to own it, because it's Scooby and Shaggy screaming we're out of weed, which everybody knows. There it is. All right. Oh, fun. Excuse me. Yes, we do. I miss mine. I wish she was still here. So much I would have liked to have talked to her about over the years. And she has seven great grandchildren that she would have spoiled rotten, because that's the kind of person she was. So anyway, that's a super special book. That will be passed on to my son or my daughter, whoever wants it. My son has all the family pictures, so will probably be him. But fun stuff. So yeah, I got this camera mount. I'm going to move this forward so you can see it now. So it just holds my phone. Eventually it'll hold an actual camera. It has an actual camera mount here. But for now I'm just using my phone. And it'll give me, a nice way to do those other angles. And it's not permanently attached to the table. I can take it off. Boomer, have a great night. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you for the time that you can get some good rest, because last night I tried and I didn't. Well, I was gonna get the guitar out, and then we would see, because that's probably where the imbalance is really gonna happen. So let me get Ruby on, and then I will go through that, and we'll see how that is. So let me go to here. All right. Hey, look who forgot to turn the guitar down. Me. Because I'm a genius like that. All right. See if we can still make it all fit in here. And I tuned it up before I started the live, but you know how that goes. I still don't really like this because I'm still right there, but I sit still pretty good. So, and this is going to end up being back here, hopefully. All right, now bring that up. So we've got that. Let me go back over to this screen, because that's the one I need to see. All right. So, yes, Marshall, your guitar is looking very, very good. Very, very good indeed. Set it up, Marshall. So now that we got these both going, how are we doing? What do I need to change or fix or do? I need to tune the guitar, I can tell you that right now. Oh yeah. I know I could mute it, but I like to listen to it. It helps me remember that tone when I get it to the right pitch or close. So if I ever have to tune without a tuner, I can attempt to do that. Whoa, that's way sharp. There we go. Come on. Weather's going wacky here. We have rain one day and 70 degrees and dry the next, and this poor wood doesn't know what to do. So, all right, now let's get back over to the chat so I can see what's been said. Come on. There we go. So, all right, so don't touch anything, just maybe bring up the overall mix a little bit. All right, let's bring it up like to +3 or +2. Let's do +2. That's +2. So now I brought everything up. So hopefully that's got us. Maybe we're getting happy. I don't know. Here, bring that up. So last week I said that I was going to try and learn newer scales in different-ish positions. I changed my mind, and I thought it would make more sense if I just kept working on this simple deal here. And paid attention to putting my fingers on the right frets. Instead of cheating, like I often do, and going something like this. Because if I do it right, I don't even have to move my hand. So, okay. I'm gonna go with yours. The overall volume we're talking about. Go finger. Hello, Michael. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And I missed last night, or I missed Monday because I was busy unpacking boxes that I dug out of my car. So this was +2. I'm gonna go +5. No, let's go +4. Right. Okay, close enough. +4.02. Wow, see what happens when I hit the mic? Yeah, we're gonna have to. All right, hang on. Wow, I ate my Wheaties that day. There we go. Holy man. I don't think I need it to be quite that tight. So now, let's bring... I know, moving stuff around again, but I'm trying to keep from hitting the... I'll go back over here. Every time I do something there, I have to go back and bring the chat back up again because I can't make it stay on top. Well, hello, Base Hiroshima Nick. How are you? I'm loving it. I got more things organized. I got some things happening. Let me get back. There we go. I got more stuff over here to do. I'm about 85% done. I've touched nearly everything that I own now. I'm getting rid of a lot. I'm going to be having a rather large listing on Reverb or something fairly soon. Well, this one certainly did what it was told, as far as I know. So that's what I worked on this week. In the little bit of time that I did practice, I really spent more time fixing this room. That's really what I did. Well, but see, I need more real estate on my screen. Is that better? Because now you can see the box that's got more stuff that I'll be sharing that. You've seen some of those. Those are all my silly stuffies and animal friends that friends have given me over the years, children and friends and grandchildren. He caused enough trouble. Thanks for the sound check, brother. Every week I got my sound guy. Best one. Best one in the world, in my opinion. Wish I could make this do what I wanted it to do without that. This boom is both fantastic and frustrating at the same time. So it's really long. It's about longer than mine. It's about 3 feet away from me right now, and I can still get more extension out of this if I want. I'm in the middle of my desk, so it could probably extend. If I wanted it to, it could probably extend almost 5 feet. But it is incredibly difficult to move this. When I just try and push it down, that's bad juju because it's a pressboard desk with its metal framework, so it gets its strength from the metal framework. But yeah. Okay. All right. I've liked everything you've had me do so far, so I can't really complain. You know, it's the story of my life. No, it's not. That's just what people say. They don't really mean it. Doesn't fix anything. Right now, I'm loving that preamp that you had me put in there. It's hard to jump to that G7 right there. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting better, but yeah. So I didn't learn any new stuff. I'm just sticking it down here. Got to use the correct finger. See, that's where I cheat. Where I'm doing, that's wrong. So I have to. That makes me make boo-boos now because I have to retrain. Start out with bad habits. The other thing I'm trying to work on is my posture. Trying to make my posture be some more straighter because it's terrible. My posture's never been great, but it's abysmal now. Yes. Yeah, this is Area 50 Area 57s and Area 58, I think. Like these are 57s and the humbuckers of 56 or 58. I don't remember. I've got it all written down somewhere. But yeah. All I know is I like it. This guitar, I hadn't even touched it, and I knew I liked it. And then when I got it home, excuse me, and I got it home finally. It took me, I don't know, 6 or 7 months to pay it off. And I finally got it home, and it felt great. It was by far the easiest guitar I'd played at that point. And then I went to visit Marshall, and he made it even better. So yeah, it's fantastic. He also did whatever this is. It's not a phaser thing or change the phase of them, and it doesn't make this a single coil. What do they call that? A split or something? Anyway, it doesn't do any of that. But yeah, this is. See, I got the Glaricaster, and I played it for a while, and I liked the Strat style. I liked the feel of the guitar. I loved the maple neck and maple fretboard on the Glary. And then Dave put this up for sale. I found out on one of his shows that he had a couple of guitars up for sale, and I looked at them both. One was a black one, and then this one. Both had maple necks and maple fretboards, but this combination just worked with the black pickguard. And but he said that he changed this bridge is an upgrade. So is the bar, because it's a pull-out bar, not a screw-in bar. And then had all the electronics updated or changed to something else. He had built his own thing. But yeah, this is so yeah, I'm practicing scales. I got my fretboard sheet out. It's currently falling on the floor back here somewhere, and I'm not going to pick it up right now because that's behind me and it's all the way down on the floor. So I don't want to pick up the thing all the way down on the floor. That sounds right. That sounds right. I know he said it was upgraded, and I trust Dave. And he says, I mean, he does this for fun. He buys these parts and pieces, and this really didn't get. It got all the guts changed, but the guitar came with the locking tuners. So these are Fender locking tuners, and they came with those. The bone nut. This, I think you're right about it being the go-to. I don't know how that word's said, but yeah, it's what I don't really understand about Dave. If Dave ever stops by and hears this, he's gonna laugh. What I don't understand is why he does it. Why he buys these parts and pieces and then builds a guitar and plays it for a while and then sells it. I don't want to sell any of my guitars. I want to play them all. But yeah, this thing is, and the more I play it, the more I get accustomed to it, tuned into it. I don't know how that. So anyway, so yeah, it's been exciting here with the changes on the cameras and the other things coming up. And like I said, eventually I'll get just a regular camera for there. It's not going to be anything spectacular. It's going to be 1080p. I mean, I don't need 4K. So yeah, I've heard of this problem of trying to thin the herd, so to speak. But I barely have a barnyard, so at 7, that's barely a barnyard. I mean, but see, you're also in guitar business. Not only are you a player and you enjoy playing, but you also fix and repair. And maybe that's kind of when Dave was working the music store when he was managing that. Maybe that's what he's maybe that's what he gets out of it, is that same kick that he got while he was working in the music store, helping people find the instrument that they needed. It's really hard to do that. My fingers don't know what to do. After I do it for a while, I get pretty good. I've also discovered this. Now, I saw this on a YouTube video, and I cannot think of his, Bernth, I think is his name. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'm close. And Dave's not here. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Mike Shaner Music in the house. But he was doing this exercise thing, and I think it's a good exercise. But anyway, see there, I did it already. So, but what I've discovered is my fingers go up the scale much better than they come down the scale, especially if I miss the string. Right? That's a great song. I love singing that song too. I can't play it, but I love singing it. And I can bend them. I don't know if I'm bending them right now, but I try and bend them in tune. That's another thing I do in my practices is tend to go a little high trying to do the half. A full step I give them pretty good, but that's I've been miss notes into tune real quick. Yeah. There it is. That sounds painful. 4-fret bend. You'd almost have to be on the 1 or 2 to do that. Wow. So, yeah, that'd take a minute. Have a good one, Francis. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's getting late for you. It feels late for me, even though I'm just getting started. Bend down. Yeah, that's the bar. That's what we use the trem bar for. Yeah, you are up pretty late, Michael. I stopped by and saw you feeding the chickens on Monday afternoon before I got all involved unpacking boxes. I was trying to do 1 box a day. And yeah, the Monday and yesterday I did 5 boxes. Plus these, here, let me do this. Hang on, get down there. Don't crash. I got these. I'm going to turn off chat for a minute. Turn on the Droid Cam. So these Sterilite boxes. The label's gone off this. As you can see, that's my blood pressure meter, and all my cables and cords are down there. This is all, it's a little messy because I added my speakers in, but there's only 3 or 4 wires that I need to route. Most of them are there. But anyway, I got those. And then I had 3 sets of them. So I had this extra space here by the door. And so now I've got those, and I went through and cleaned them. They are all completely cleaned. And bring the chat back up. Well, that's because you stayed up all night, Hugh. I mean, if you're going to stay up all night, that's what's going to happen. So the daylight's going to come and get you. Well, I've been playing with this particular tone too. This is kind of a subdued. See, normally I'm a lot more treble, but I've been cranking this down, and this is in position 1. Well, I call this position 1 down here. I call this 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care what anybody else calls it. I don't think there's a right or a wrong as long as you know what you're talking about. And if you and your buddy count it different, you just have to transpose numbers. It's easy. Right, Hugh? Don't want to be a vampire, because then you melt in the sunshine. No, that ain't right. Yeah, Scotland isn't that far north. No. Now, don't they get some of that in they get some of that towards what is it, Greenland, or is it Iceland? Iceland is green and Greenland is covered with ice, so I'm going to say it's Greenland. In Norway, yeah. You would know because he's from Scotland. No, you live in a land of palm trees and hurricanes. Hey, what's up, Tim? How you doing, Texas Jackdaw in the house? So anyway, I'm pretty happy about this changing my fingering, because I realized I was doing it. Yeah, okay. Because I realized I was cheating doing it this way, because that's not the right fingering. It seems to me that I should be using 4 fingers on 4 frets. And since that doesn't hurt as much as it used to, it seems like a good thing to be doing. Yeah, we're still on the upswing. We'll still gain another hour. It's dusk here now. What are we? Just after 9? Yeah, about 9:10. So yeah. Well, hello, Karen, my neighbor over in the Couve. Even though I moved, my move was mostly lateral, so I'm actually about the same distance from Vancouver now as I used to be before. Because not only did I move a little further to the west, but I also moved further to the north. Yeah, and Michael, I will be back over on the Animal C2T or CT2. I don't know why I can't remember that. But anyway, yes, I see you're still there, Vivian. Did you go and get a strawberry milkshake again from your freezer? That looked very yummy, by the way. I did see that, and I did put a like on it. Yeah, my studio never shuts down until I go to bed, because this is it. The cool thing about this microphone, though, is it swings out of the way pretty easy, so when I'm not doing this live stuff, I can just kind of chill and hang and have it be out of my way. And then I've gotten it now to where it mostly misses the guitar, or the guitar mostly misses it. It's if I get, doing my little rockabilly thing or whatever, that I tend to get up in here. And see, this is where I keep, I don't know how well you can see that. Let me move this way over. All of my capos. All of my capos are all there. Well, yes, but the strawberry milkshake that she made at, I don't know what she said, it was 1 a.m. her time there in China. Something like that. It was very, very late at night or early in the morning, depending upon your perspective. Oh, anyway, I was talking about, see, that's my, like, pecker trails in my head. I was talking about that Bernth, and I hope I'm saying his name right, because he's really kind of a cool guy, but he's a shredder. And I don't want to shred, but he's got some good exercises for finger timing. And so I was doing... Anyway, I know, pretty ugly, and it probably hurt your ears when I did the boom sound when I pushed the... That's what happens when you push it off the fretboard. If you do it in the right place, see if I can find that. Yeah. I don't know what note I'm fretting, but it tries to fret a note doing that. But he said, once you get this down, anyway, back and forth and back and forth. Then, if you really want to find out how your timing's working, start doing this. Yeah, because that'll that'll really show you where your timing is off. So sometimes I do that on just one string. Oh, now Patrick Chandler's, we have both, well, we did for a minute anyway. Are both the Chandler brothers in here in My Lame Live? Yeah, but rhythm is fun, and I don't mind it, but I like the individual notes. I like to put a couple of notes in there and make them be motion sickness for Muse video. That is hilarious. So, greetings, Patrick Chandler. I don't know when you came in. I did not see that. I've been very, very lax at keeping up with chat tonight. So, I apologize for that. But in my defense, I am a little tired because I've been up since 4:30, 4:30, something like that. When my brain and body said, "Hey, let's go." And then Hugh told me that his brain and body does that to him like 19 hours a day. I'm lucky if I get in 12 or 13. I got a lot more in when I worked before I was a retired. Yes, we have both the Chandler brothers in here. If I'm pretty sure that everybody in my room right now is subscribed, but if you're not, or if you're watching this on a replay, go check out their channel. They have fantastic music on their channels. So, fun stuff. Right here, I believe this is it. If I go to the videos, I'll know. Thank you. Well, let's not start throwing them cuss words around and correct in the right way. And I do believe so. This, oh, that looks like their channel. I'm looking at the I'm looking at these lovely videos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the right one. I'm on their channel right now. See if I think if we do, see if I can do this right.
I still believe. I still believe. When I was a young man, I used to look in the sky, saw a soaring eagle from the corner of my eye.
So that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I dig their music. I've discovered them on the Metalhead Hippie Show. That was the first place I heard them, and oh boy, yep, I was hooked right away. So, we don't always play videos here, but when we do, it's good ones. That's all. I'm really not the Dos Equis guy, but you know, I play one on TV. Do, do, do. I'm gonna close that one and then bring this up. There we go. Now I could see. Oh, well, I'm not the best. You guys are the best, clearly, because that's why I'm playing your music. But then, you know, everybody's the best. You're very welcome. You are very, very welcome. I agree. It is brilliant. It's probably, I mean, I can't write a song. Put some words down on some paper, but nothing ever happens after that. They just sit there. You know, greater minds than mine. I am always impressed by songwriters and people that do that. It's fantastic, and you guys are amongst my favorites. So, if for some weird reason somebody in here wasn't subscribed, they should be. They should at least go and listen. At least go and listen. Get them into your algorithm, and then they'll pop up every so often. You'll go hear their newest, you know, click the sub. Anyway. Hello, Mr. Kramer. Good evening, Mr. Kramer. Thanks for keeping us informed. Johnny does kind of what I do, except it's not usually any comedy or he's got some serious subject he talks about, but he talks and he visits with his audience. I don't know how often. I don't know if do you go live on a regular basis, Johnny? I mean, I see your lives come up, but sometimes they're a little late for me because you're way over there. Oh yeah, I think that is very true. I know that there is no other media or medium. I don't. It depends on the context in which you want to say that, but I I don't think there's anything that has the potential to move, change uh, a person's world more than music. Um, the right song and the right circumstances can make or break a person as far as their feeling. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I'm still moving forward. Still have the I know you can't see it because the chat's in the way, um, but we still have the Apple right there that we're gonna go through, and we're gonna see how easy it is to set up and play on an Apple. That'll be alive. They're gonna do that on. We'll start it on a Wednesday. I'll make announcements beforehand so we know when we're gonna change the format a little bit. I want to try and get a little, I don't know, card table or something that's portable and small that I can set the computer on and have it be so it can be seen while I go through and set it up with the USB 96 from Personas. So we'll see how easy it is. I don't keep talking about it, but I'm trying to promote it, build some excitement, you know. Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. Yeah, we did. Thanks for reminding me about that, Mike. So I was pretty mad when they made my video private after I had streamed it, and it was just me walking around town, and I was reading through the stuff, and they give you the overview in the not comments in the information page that they send you to. They don't list every single solitary thing, and it said things like, you know, spam and advertising and asking sub for sub. These are just examples they were giving. They never actually told me in the email what I did wrong. That would be good information. If YooougleTube people happen to stop by here and see this video, if you could put in the email, hey, we made your live stream private because it may be, this is number one pet peeve or upsetness about this. Tell me why. Specifically, tell me why you made that private and locked it. That's the first thing that I would have liked to have seen because it was way too generic. I had no idea what to fix. It was only through talking to other people that I realized what I probably did wrong. But anyway, the other thing that would be nice is if you're going to have an appeal process, this is just, I'm just thinking out loud here. If you're going to have an appeal process for these, now it wasn't a strike on my channel, it was just a locked video, which I downloaded and I still have. And I may do a private live stream on that, an unlisted one, and send out to the people that I have an email for and tell them to spread it around so people can see the video if they want to. Because I heard from a number of people that they wanted to see it. But anyway, what I probably did wrong was addresses and license plates. Because as I was walking around, I was showing people's homes, and in a number of them, there were their address was clearly visible. So that probably wasn't cool. And that's most likely what it was, car license plates and things like that, which makes sense. I have zero problems with that. I'll need to be more diligent when I do my walk around town videos and make sure that I'm not getting anything in there that, can't see. Business addresses, I'm sure, would not be the issue, but personal residence, yeah, I can see where that would be a problem. So yeah, this happened on that video. If you saw it live, you saw it. If you were one of the people that popped into that little 25-minute live when I walked around it was probably a mile around the town here. But anyway, you got to see that, and yeah, there was a gentleman that welcomed me to the neighborhood, so to speak. I'm not exactly sure why. I just said hi to him. But it was funny because I had just maybe a couple of minutes before that, and we never actually mentioned, I said nug, but I say nug all the time. But I never made any other crazy claims. But yeah, they made it private. They locked it to private. They didn't put a strike on my channel for violation of community guidelines. I call it TOS, Terms of Service, TOS. But that's because I'm a gamer. It's always called TOS in gaming, World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 or whatever. If it's an online game, then they've got a TOS. But that's basically what it is. Do this, don't do that. Don't piss people off. Don't call people names. Don't say bad words, that start with N. And there's a couple that come to mind that I won't say because they're bad words anyway. Whether they're bad words everywhere doesn't even matter. They have a negative connotation, and I don't want negatives. So, interesting. Just not in Denmark. That's a very, very interesting. Huh. Yeah, I've had one. I had the one that I did where I played the Lumberjack song and Black Betty. And those videos are still up. I challenged them on an educational deal. I'm showing new listeners your music from 35 years ago. Maybe you ought to just let me play it. If you want your credit, put in the description. Just send me an email. I'll be happy to put a link to those videos um, in the description of the video. I never heard back from them, not a single word. So I just gave up. And I call that a win. But yes, I did indeed smoke that. And I got another gift. I'm going to show this real quick. This wasn't from here though. This was from somewhere else. This is, as you can see, sealed in plastic. It's a pack of smokes, um, specifically uh, wedding cake flavored smokes, and I could smell the wedding cake through the bag. So I keep that put away. Yes, yes. I have no idea what strain it was, but it was very tasty, and I felt very wonderful. Somebody, because we all know what we're talking about here, somebody asked me why. Why do you do that? I said, well, two reasons. Because it helps me with pain and managing it, and I like to get, the up feeling, yeah, the happy la la feelings. Yeah, I like to get high. So it is what it is. And they said, well, what if it's not really taking care of your pain? What if it's just making you so stoned that you don't care? I looked at them and said, mission accomplished. It doesn't matter. It still helps me manage pain. Um, oh yeah, yeah. The gentleman that I made him an exceptionally good deal on a scooter, my old 81 and 81 Goldwing, and he was very pleased with that. And so he brought those to me and gave me them. They are half gram each, and so they're perfect. Um, yeah, this is true. There's a lot of benefits. I also have the beginning stages of glaucoma. I take eye drops. These are the morning ones. That's interestingly, they have a yellow cap. So I put a drop in each eye in the morning, and then when I go to bed tonight, I will put some of that in there. A blue cap for nighttime. That is not planned, by the way. That is just the order in which she told me to use them. So, yeah, I almost always get a mix between the CBD and the THC. It's just the way to go. The CBD, this little, this right here is homemade CBD cream. There is some THC in it, but it's not. You're not gonna rub this on your arm or your shoulders and get stoned. But it works fantastically, and I don't. It's all natural, whatever you want to call it. Um, but it's It has kind of a soapy smell. You can see it's got kind of a yellowish green tint to it, so they didn't quite get it. Um, oh yeah, yeah, I can't imagine. But this is I use this for my tinnitus, my tendonitis in my elbows, and my carpal tunnel in my wrists. It works great for that. Oh, I found another interesting thing. Not my Rode mic, but I want to show this off too. Um, I found this. This was in my grandparents' stuff. So it has this Eplerbis unum bird on it, just like you see on the dollar bill. And when you open the inside, now I do have to make some new pegs for it. It is to push this centerpiece out a little bit so you can see. There's little pegs in here. It's missing quite a few, so you don't have enough of any color to make two completes without mixing. And you're supposed to use the odd colors for kings and double kings, but it's a travel chess set. Looks like it's made from walnut. It's been stained, so it's hard to tell, but it's all that's all wood. There's no inlay in it. All the squares are wood. It's a really cool little set. It was probably made by a company called Doyle Deutsch and Sons or something like that. Anyway, they made a lot of these kind of travel games, and then there's a Low something or other company. They were two of the most prevalent in the 50s and 60s that made those games, and they made all sorts of different ones. I'd never seen one before this. I'd always had the little slider thing where you move the numbers and mix them all up, and then try and get them all back in order. But nope, that's too big, Michael. These holes are probably about 3/16. I need to get my calipers out. I haven't found them yet. But I need to get my calipers out and try and get a measurement. I may just go to the home store and just buy some 3/16 dowel and put it in there to see how well it fits, because I can always shave them down. I use I do a lot of model kit busting, and when I take a piece of sprue and I need to make something out of it, I'll put that into my drill driver and put, excuse me, and put a zip tie on the trigger so it'll stay on. And then I'll use sandpaper and use it like kind of like a lathe. I mean, stuff is too small to really do any true lathe kind of work on it, but it works. Well, don't use your crappier PC. Use your better PC. But anyway, that was kind of interesting idea to get some of those. I could dye them to. There's red, black, white, and blue. And I'm not sure what the four colors would be. I mean, I know some people play double kings. I haven't played checkers for a lifetime, but I know when I was a kid we had regular kings, and then some people would do double kings where you could jump other. It was crazy. I think it was just because we had too many checker sets, and so we had extra pieces. But anyway, it'd be relatively simple to get some leather dye or something in red and black and do that. I'm kind of a craft guy anyway, so a lot of the stuff that's in those drawers I showed earlier our model model stuff and crafting things back here on the bed. And I don't know, I'm probably in the way of you seeing it, but our couple of old pieces of foam. Yeah, it's hard to see, but anyway, I'm not gonna bring them up here, but it's got my paints and brushes and X-Acto knives. I actually have a complete set of sharpenable X-Acto knives. So yeah, I'm kind of a crafty dude. So There's nothing wrong with playing chess with your wooden peg. Uh-oh. A plurb is the word. Hello, Mr. Hubbs. Good to see you. I just got to go back and chat a little bit, see if I can find out what y'all are talking about. We don't care if you know about the technical stuff, Vivian. You are a pleasant human being, and that's all we care about. No, I think Gary tried to time himself out when I first started doing these lives, because Gary was my first mod. This is why I love to read my chat. Well, you're welcome. I don't know if you know this or not, Vivian Smiling, but you are my favorite Vivian Smiling. So, I only know one, but you're my favorite. So, I like pleasant people. Pleasant people make me do happy things. You faithful peg. Oh my god. Alright, we're having too much fun here. I'm going to have to go back and make this so that you have to be 18 to listen now. Or 21 or whatever the thing says. I never read the thing. I just click it. Yeah, I don't know why my fingers get confused. Going down, if I don't use my pinky, I'm pretty good. But when I was trying to add that, I don't know why that extra down is easier than up. See? My hand just wants to go the other way. Well, this one I haven't quite figured this one out yet. This is called a half capo, and when used properly, like the right direction, it just changes some. And I'm going to do wrong chords because I don't understand how to use it yet, but it only does 3 strings, so you have to put it in the right place so you got the right notes to do stuff. But anyway, so that's why I have that one. Then I have this one, and I like this one because it's adjustable, and I can change the tension. So if it's not quite working right, Let's just turn it. It's so easy to adjust. But yeah, that's that one. This one is the first one that I bought, but it barely works. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. It literally barely works. It's okay on the Ibby because the Ibby's neck isn't as wide as Ruby's. And this one is just because I thought it looked cool and I like the way that it points out. And you can see that it's plenty long to get all the strings. So this is my most recent purchase. I want to learn how to use that half one. Some of the sounds that yeah, I've seen people do that too. Flip it around the other way so that it only pinches certain strings. I can't. I'm not coordinated enough to use this thing. There we go. See, it does basically the same thing that the other one did, but I don't know. When I saw the video, I didn't think about using it backwards, so yeah, it's really long, but I like that it's long. But it might be for a 7-string because it certainly would have that spacing. I don't think an 8 because it only comes down about a quarter of an inch below, and I think that's enough for one more string. Well, that's weird that you'd be a few minutes behind when you restarted your computer. Ha 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 ha. Did she get mad because you were behind? half a capo for a 14-string guitar. I saw a guy, I don't remember his name. Apparently he's a legend. It's a legend I've never heard of. But he had this instrument that had like a 6-string neck, and the bridge was here, and it came off single body. Then it had a 7-string neck, and then it had some monstrosity. It almost looked like a sitar type of instrument. I have no idea what it sounded like. This was literally a photograph. And then the top neck, it had 4 necks. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top one was a bass. So he could play the bass, the sitar. I'm calling it a sitar because I don't know what it actually was. Have a good night, Michael. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. I'll try and tune in and watch the chickens and the squirrels tomorrow. Anyway, then he had the sitar thing, or he could play his 7 or 8 string. I think it was a 7, and then a regular 6-string. But it was monstrous. This thing had to weigh. It had to weigh 30 pounds, 30, 40 easy. As it was 4 full necks, all attached to one huge body. The body was probably, I know you can't see my hand down here, but it's about, that far below. But it was huge. But yeah, I wonder if I could find that picture again. Hang on. Now I made myself curious. Chat amongst yourselves. I'd like to remember his name anyway. See if I can find this monstrosity thing. There's so many oddball. I don't know. I'm just going to go right to images. I found it quite by accident, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to find it again. But it wasn't just guitar. It was different stringed instruments. Zap them bots. No, no, it wasn't the Hydra. I'd remember if it was Steve Vai, I would have remembered the name because I know Steve Vai. This was a guitarist I'd never heard of. Um, yeah, this is not looking very good. There are some interesting guitars. I did do a search for 4-neck guitars, and you get a lot of stuff. Is this? No, that's Steve Vai. Yeah, that's the Steve Vai Hydra one right there, and that's definitely not it. Um, no, I'm not gonna search for 4-neck peg. That'd be wrong. Is that it? Nope, that's not it either. Like I said, this is just on one of my random 5-neck guitar. Elvis with a double neck guitar. Yeah, that's too bad. Here's one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all coming off of one piece of wood. That's just insane. But this one actually looked playable. I think it was on a stand in front of him, and he could reach through while it was sitting on the stand. I don't think he actually was holding the weight. I don't know. Let me look that up. Because you know more guitarists than I do. Paste and search. You only missed it by a TI. A TTI. No, this isn't the guy. But that's a badass looking guitar. Holy crap. How does he even play that? Will it let me bring up a picture of just that guitar? Um, hmm. Anyway, they'd come out like it's like an X. So he would have to play left and right-handed. That's bizarre. I'm sure you know that. But no, that's not it either. All the necks came out the same way. They all came out the same direction. They were kind of splayed like a hand would be, but yeah, that's sad. I was hoping I'd be able to find it again. I don't remember what I was even searching for. It was the sitar thing that really made it interesting. The 6 and the 7 string and the bass, I really could get my head around those, but the sitar thing with, I don't know, 12 or 14 strings in the middle of all those. Oh, look, he has a Michelangelo Battio also has a X-shaped keytar as well. That was a fad that didn't last very long. There are a lot of pictures of multi-neck guitars. If I find it again, I will bring it up on next week's stream. Yeah, I looked at that one too. That was in this one. That's with the checkerboard pattern on it. Let's see. Pretty sure I saw that right up here. He was all posing with it. Looked like he was on his friggin' patio or something. See, they won't. So, what's the point of right? Speaking of multi capos, capos. I never know what to say, so I say it both ways. See, I might have scrolled over it already. There's so many multi-neck guitars. And now I can't find that Cheap Trick one, and I know I saw that one because I went, oh, there's Cheap Trick. That was for a particular album. What album was that for, Hugh? I don't know if you folks realize, but Hugh Caldwell Hugh Caldwell is quite knowledgeable about not only fixing guitars and playing guitars, but also about guitar history. Yeah, I can't find the Cheap Trick photo now. But anyway, when you go to these pictures, you got a whole thing. It's all pictures. It's great. Google's putting up pictures. There's a nice Les Paul gold top. Look at that. Anyway, that's only got one neck. Why are we even looking at just a plain old gold top Les Paul? Yes, I am live. I am indeed live. Yeah, no more. I scrolled right over Cheap Trick. That's sad. But anyway, there was his in here with the five. I think it's 5 necks on that one. Some very interesting guitars out there. Right? How boring. See, you got these photos, and this is on Spotify, so, but I want to bring up, and I can't. I cannot show, yeah, it will not let me show this picture on Spotify. So, we're not going to show that picture on Spotify. It's his tribute to Dimebag. That's quite the interesting. I wanted to show that picture because it's quite cool. Maybe I can get it off the Wikipedia page. It's going to be crappy, but no. Can we do that, please? That's probably going to be way too small. But anyway, yeah, look at that. Yeah, that was I like how the zoomed image made it shift down and to the right. Very interesting. But look at those wild things. How do you even play that? I'm going to have to watch videos now to see how to play that because that's just crazy. Just plain crazy. Yeah. Okay. So we're done playing with that idea because I can't find the guitar I wanted to show you and it makes me very sad. Wow. Here is Bill Bailey with a 6-neck guitar. You should look this up. This is on YouTube. I'm not going to show it because I don't want another copyright thing. But that is a wow. See if this. Oh. So at VIP shop, they have a picture of the 5-neck, or 6-neck. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5 necks, not 6. This describes this as a 6-neck guitar. I'm going to bring this up, as I want to see where I'm wrong here. You can buy this photo for $82.88. Can you guys see that? So I count 1 neck, 2 neck, 3 neck, 4 neck, 5 neck. But it says 6-neck guitar. Don't know how that works, because I can't see 6 necks there. That could get interesting. So, yes, yes, it is Cheap Trick. Oh, nice. You submit it to Hippie? Rick Nelson, as in like Ricky Nelson? Well, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. Is that the one we're talking about now? Not necessarily that song, but now this guitar has 6 necks. But the Cheap Trick guitar has 5. And then this is in the Seymour Duncan thing. I'm going to bring this one up. See, I'm off on a whole new tangent now. It's a whole new tangent. Fun and things to see. Look at that. I don't even know what to call that. That is 3, 6, 9, 12 necks. But that's still not the guitar I was talking about. There's the Cheap Trick again. Yeah, I know. I'm being funny, so before you start flaming me, because that's about as far from Cheap Trick as you can get. I don't. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's on the Seymour Duncan page. If you'd like to see more about a 10-neck Stratocaster, why? Some of this stuff seems like it's unplayable. I mean, that it just interesting that it can be built, interesting that it can work, but really, how are you going to play that? That's just not going to work. At least. At least. And this all started with that 6-neck monstrosity that I. Now, I'm going to look for it over this next week and see if I can find the picture of the actual guitar that had the sitar in the middle of it. And I don't know if it was actually a sitar, but it was incredibly huge, and I don't know how anybody would have held it. It had to sit on a stand. That's just, it had to. Let's see here. Open up another thing. Yeah, Ruby's a chunk. I'm guessing I've never weighed but 9 or 10 pounds. That's a chunk. If I grab Ibby and I start playing her, then holy mackerel, that's crazy light. There's nothing to that Ibanez, that RG series. That thing is just crazy light. Let's see, what did you miss, Tim? You missed me talking about pot and pot cream and the benefits of CBDs and THCs. And then we talked about guitars for a minute or two. Hugh brought up something about his fleshlight named Peg. Um, and now we're only referring to that as his girlfriend. That's just sad. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I am a Ricky Nelson fan. when Rick Nelson popped up in my feed, I know I was looking for him, but it just didn't click. The first thing that came to mind was Ricky Nelson. So for me, that's more prevalent for some reason. I don't know why. So really, then I looked for an interesting four-neck guitar that had a six string, a seven, or an eight string. I couldn't really count. I think it was seven though. And then it had this really wide, like sitar looking thing with 12 or 14 strings, and then a bass on the top. And it was all splayed out like a hand. And all of the bridges were staggered across the face so that they would, yeah. And then neck, that I was trying to find the picture again. So that's really all you missed. No, we don't talk about Major Nelson. Because if we talk about Major Nelson, then we have to talk about Barbara Eden. And if we talk about Barbara Eden, then I start remembering my childhood crush that I had on Barbara Eden. So we don't talk about Major Nelson. Oh yeah, I can't imagine building something like that, Epi. I mean, just the engineering that goes into something like that, that's just crazy cool. Especially considering the fact that they work. Like I know Hugh never did. I didn't see his answer, but other Rick. Um, uh, but Hugh can. I bet Hugh could say what album that's for. No, I never need 5 minutes. I just keep right on going like a freight train. I was just reading a comment back to Mike Shaner about a capo that you can manipulate each string. That sounds interesting. He said he had some things to do and he had caused enough trouble in here for one night. Actually, what he did was come in and gave me a hard time about being cool, and then helped me get my sound set up again because I changed things again. So then we got it all leveled out, and that sound engineer in him. Oh, if you know what album that Rick Nelson had that guitar made for, which Cheap Trick album? Because it was for a specific album, if I remember right. Cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, I wondered if you knew which album, because you're quite knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Garden Party is a great song by Rick Nelson. Yes. I wonder if he ever sang it as a joke. I am a Ricky Nelson fan. I mean, I'm not just gonna put it out there. I know most of his songs. They're incredibly easy to sing. They were super simple. Yes, it was Nelson. Well, I'm definitely gonna look that one up, because that's a really cool. I mean, it's, we got on the subject of that because I have my collection of Capos up there, and they hang off my microphone stand. I pushed that just a little bit too hard. Yeah, it didn't say which album on any of those pictures are, but okay, thanks you. I was just curious. I was not the biggest Cheap Trick fan. I liked their radio hits, but I never bought an album. Look up Chord Buddy. All right. This better be good, Epi. I mean, I put down my pick and everything to do this, so, let's keep it real. Chord Buddy. What the fuck? Okay. Wow. Oh, that is a weird looking thing. Let's see if I can find a picture that can be made large enough to see. Oh, that's freaking bizarre. Okay, so maybe this one will bring most of these websites. Okay, this one might work. This one might work. No, that's not what we're. Hold on. Where did it go? There it is. Make that go there and then change this to here. So, this is the Chord Buddy guitar system. You can buy it from Music is Elementary using PayPal or Venmo. Interesting. Anyway, here is this thing. This happens to be on a PV something. But yeah, that is the Chord Buddy. Wish I could make that picture even bigger, but that's freaking bizarre. There's a closer up image of it. Wow, that's crazy weird. I definitely have never seen anything like that before. Hello, Preston Smith's Music. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, sir. No. That I know that's not what Tim was talking about. That's what Epi was talking about. Epi asked me to look it up, so I did. No, Tim. We go back and get that claw. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. I'm trying to find something that looks like just now I'm seeing the claw for the springs. on the trem. Different block sizes, yada yada yada. Tone claw. Wow, yeah. Let me try. There we go. Wow, that's kind of weird looking. And then this guy's got like rubber band bayonet things on his fingers. Portable guitar jaw capo? No, that doesn't sound like what Tim's talking about either. Right? Well, I don't see why I couldn't push those buttons, but I would absolutely, I would absolutely much rather just make my hands hurt for a short amount of time to, huh. I see a lot of interesting things in the capo world called a claw, but nothing that looks like it's able to be manipulated in such a way. Multi-capo. All right, I'll try that one. We're all learning. We're all learning today. Well, here's the spider. Well, that's weird. So this, let's at the jungle store. That's a spider capo. That is crazy cool. Do you need an engineering degree to use it properly? That is interesting. So here, if I do that, there we go. I would be afraid I don't know how to use the thing. Oh, look, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I hope I can see this picture. Yeah. Look at this one. It's called The Voice. It's so it's similar to that other one. I can't make this picture any bigger. But look at all look at all these. You just memorize which buttons to push for which chords, and it frets them perfectly for you. Um, in this comment here, I know you can't read that, but it says, does not attach very securely, Velcro, and has trouble accommodating different fingerboard widths and string spacings. Blocks 4 frets of your fingerboard and looks pretty odd. It's expensive. It's called the Voice Capo. And then there's a Capo clip and a Transpo Capo. My brain can't decide which way to say that word. Which looks like it has a full and a triple, like that one I was showing earlier. And then here's Woody's G band right here that looks like it just does 1 and 2. And this one just does 1. There's some bizarre capos out there. The third hand capo. God, I wish I could bring this up. Maybe I can. Let's see. There's the Liberty Flip. That's not the one I clicked on. I clicked on the third hand, which looked nothing like that. Interesting. So we don't need to see that one. We don't need to see that one anymore. This capo's got a tuner in it. Now where did that one? Yeah, it doesn't want to let me bring that one up. I don't know why. Creative Tunings Spider. We already looked at that one. The voice. Wow, this one's. You guys see that? Look at that thing. You change the pins. Wow. Is that what you're talking about, maybe, Tim? Something like that? That's crazy cool. I've learned more about capos and that sort of thing. Yeah, capo clips. Those are interesting. I'm not really knocking it. I'm just saying to learn, I would rather it. Whoa. Hold on. Can I bring up a picture of this thing? Oh, man. Wait till you see. Can I bring this up? Right. Yeah, here it is. The Cordonero. I can't bring up. It's on that same website that has the little pictures I can't bring up. But look at this with these finger things sticking out. Wow. The Cordonero, more versatile than any capo. Removable arms can reach 2 to 3 frets and do things that previously requires 2 to 3 capos. Does not block fingerboard next to capo. Interesting. Expensive, cumbersome, unsightly, not something you can switch around between songs on stage, is the review. It's only available online. I'm intrigued. Where does this, will this take me to someplace? Oh, I got a spinning wheel. Yeah, there's a picture of it, of the Cordonero. Whoops. I don't want to look at that. Yeah, you can have all the cookies you want. We don't care. So these slide through here. Oh, wow. Now, how I I don't, isn't this kind of just playing it for you? I'm asking stupid questions because I don't know. I was reading comments. Sorry. There. See, thanks, Vivian. I have a built-in English teacher, my Chinese friend Vivian Smiling. Thank you so much. So, if it's in Italian, it's capo. If English, both capo and capo are correct. Interesting. Thank you. Yeah, that would be bad. That's a good thought, Effie. I don't know. It might. It just might. Well, yeah, I would just when it comes to that one, the Cordonero one, it's like I understand a capo. You put that in, it changes the tuning, but this, it's got individual fingers that are going on to notes, and you're playing above them, so you're refretting the fretted note from the capo. This looks more like something that I don't know. I guess it says creative capos for creative people. Very, very, very creative people. Because when I put the capo on my guitar, it changes, for me, changes the key. So now I'm playing chord shapes I know, but they're new chords. Of course, bar chords, I'm recapoing, so it wouldn't count. But my other chord shapes, but this is below, and I'm going to bring up the other screen. This is at the nut. So, I wish I could just put it. Oh, shall we? Oh no, it won't let me? What? Let's listen to
So,
what this
hi
gentleman
there,
has to
sweet
say.
people. I just wanted to show you how to use the Cordonero capo. It's like having one capo for each string, so you can like tune them individually, which
We're gonna
is
see
kind of
how
like
this
playing in an
works.
open tuning, but you still have it. The guitar is in standard tuning, so you can find your way around the fretboard and use your normal bar chords and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And I just want to show you how to use it. So what you do is you this is like fit on a Dunlop trigger capo, and so at first I'm just using the Dunlop capo to capo the second fret, and then from there I can just add the strings I want to use. So I can put a capo on like the
Okay, this makes more
G
sense now.
notes, and I can just choose one for each string to make
So you can use different.
like an open tuning, but I can still use my
Sure, but
regular
you're
chord
just
shapes and everything.
defeating
So
the capo at that
I
point.
don't have to relearn the whole fretboard, but I can still like take advantage of the open tuning-ish thing. So
Ish.
yeah, that's just you can just play around and you can really like focus on the melody and build new stuff that you wouldn't have come up with without it. And there's a lot of using the hammer-ons and pull-offs and stuff. Is you can just choose which notes you
But
need
isn't
to
that part
use
of
in
the
your
challenge of
making your
learning
song.
to
So
play
it's,
the guitar in the first
yeah, it's
place?
it's a useful tool for musicians on any level, really. If you're a beginner, you
Not
can
at my level, because
just focus on learning playing melodies. It's a lot more fun when you have these notes that are all in the same key, or you can just choose which ones. And then if you're an advanced player, you can just
absolutely riveting
tap away
commentary.
with and incorporate this into your song, and so it's yeah.
I understand how
It's
it
really
works
for
now, at least,
everyone,
but I
no matter
still,
what kind
for
of music you
me,
play or-
don't really understand the point.
So I'm not really the guy to show you how to use it, because there are so many other people who can do it better than me. So I'm just trying to show you how it's done when you slide them out. And then,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but he's not their best spokesperson. Just saying. The look on this guy's face right here, right there, that's priceless right there. That says it all right there. That's like, that's the WTF face. Big time. And another WTF. Apparently this guy does a lot of that. This guy is actually looking like he's going to do something here. We're not going to watch another one of those videos because it made my head hurt. I don't know about you, but hello. How are you? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Apparently people want my viewers and listeners to have naked HD fun. I don't know what naked HD fun is, but crazy. Thank you, Tim, for saving us from the naked HD fun. These bots. How come I can't get the bots like, Gary chases after with the .vog whatever. I mean, no, I get the ones that come right in and tells you, "Hey, we're just look, it's a porn site. Come see us." And I'm a nobody. I mean, I have 169, I think, subscribers. Let's go look at my channel and see. I haven't checked in lately. So I am going to go look, not there. Let's go to this. And open that new tab and then go to my channel. 168 subscribers. I had 169 for just a minute, and then they decided to go away. I think it's because I wouldn't sub to their I don't know what their channel was, honestly. It was in Thai, and they spoke Thai with no subtitles, and they didn't really show things in there. So, well, Guitar Shocker, you should have more than 53 subscriptions. Because you're way gooder than me, sir. And, of course, I've had my channel now for about 5 years. So that's how much growth I've had in 5 years, from 0 to 169.8. Works every time. Are you going to do a cover of that one on your next one, Tim? Folder than me? I had to jump on it, though. I had to jump on it. I knew what you meant. I can't not bend a string somewhere in whatever I'm doing. Sometimes even I'll do the whole chord. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it's just dumb, but I'm not. You can see how much I care about subscriptions. I like to check it every couple of weeks and see how many I lost. So I think 169 was my highest, but I've stayed in 160s now for, I don't know, a couple of months, I think. Did you? Awesome. Awesome. It's always good when you can record with Mr. McCartney in 1968, because, not everybody is good enough to do that. But Tim, we know what kind of talent you possess, and so we believe that you recorded that gooder than me with Sir and then I screwed the whole thing up when I get the last three words, Sir Paul McCartney, in 1968. Yeah, but it's we're 3 years old. Man, you've been playing guitar for a long time. Let's see. You can bend the D. That's not too hard. I gotta cut my fingernails again. I can feel that right there. That one is offending. Um, yeah, and when I, especially trying to bend that D chord because of the way I push, that nail is getting right up in the fretboard, and I don't want to mess up my fretboard. I'll tell you something. This shiny, lacquery, poly, nitro. I don't know what the hell it is. Okay. On the on the fret on the fretboard itself, on the fingerboard, I don't mind that. I don't mind it so much. The super shiny stuff. um, but that'll get worn off eventually. But where I would really like it to not be like that is on this side. This I would that's the only thing I would change about this guitar is instead of this being lacquer, what I don't know what it is. It's a super heavy poly something, and when my hands get sweaty, it's sticky. Um, I would much rather have the neck be natural maple like the Glary is. Let me get my own hand oil in it and do that kind of thing with it. Look at that. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. I knew I would. This must be sinking a little bit. Yep, it was. Nope, not gonna sand it because there's too much physics involved in the shape of the neck and why it's like that, how it lines up with the fretboard here, and yeah, nope. And Marshall would kill me if I ruined his guitar. You just asked set up by Marshall. Yeah. That's not in the budget, Tim. Maybe someday though. I'm not saying no, never, but not right now. That's for sure. But I have this laundry card and I put money on it, and it's awesome because I can just go down 3 doors down. Ha ha ha! Ha, no pun intended. It literally is 3 doors down to the laundry room here and wash clothes. Except I don't have any laundry detergent. So now I have to go to the store and get some laundry detergent so I can do my laundry. I feel kind of dumb for not realizing that I didn't have any laundry soap. Well, quit letting your quit letting your internet go to shit again. Yeah, um I think the food bank is tomorrow here too, as a matter of fact. So oh, okay, I'm not even, that's not even computing. So I'm gonna read that. Yeah? Well, my guitar tech wants me to physically remove my rosewood fretboard with a screwdriver, then apply WD-40. Hmm. Well, because I have the benefit of having Marshall in the same state as me, Marshall is who worked on my guitar. Marshall is my guitar tech. Well, if you see, if you put WD-40 on it, it's gonna slide nice and easy. I don't know where it's going to slide, but that's what it's going to do because you don't have a fretboard or frets. Because even, yeah, that just, you should, you should perhaps, you should perhaps consider changing your guitar tech. Um, Maybe Evan Williams, Bushmills. Oh no, I can't ignore you, Tim. You make my chat fun, like Chandler's do, like Epi, like Hugh. I love my chats. You guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And now I'm a whiskey guy, as you guys have seen. I have a number of different kinds, and I try new ones. And I haven't gotten into scotches yet, because man, they're expensive. Anyway, I tried Johnny Walker Red and Johnny Walker Black. I can't taste the difference. Does that make me bad? They both taste the same. Oh, you drink the clear beers, Epi. Some of them are all right on a hot summer day, sometimes. But when I sit down to have a beer, I like to chew on it. The darker and the floatier, the better. What was that old? Was it Tom T. Hall that did? No, was it Tom T. Hall that did 10 Little Bottles? Oh, I love that song. I used to actually sing that song when I was a kid for my family. I had it on Wacky Wonders or Jukebox Jive or Funky Favorites or one of those albums that K-Tel sold in the 70s. All the funny songs, but I cannot remember the name of the artist that did it. But anyway, somewhere in there, it's maintenance beer. See, here in Oregon, that used to be Olympia beer, but Olympia Brewing Company was bought by Miller and subsequently shut down. They still make beer in there, but it's not under the Olympia name. I think there is still one or two of the Olympia beers available. Olympia Dark, which was a fairly decent beer for a run-of-the-mill kind of brewery out of Olympia, Washington. Um, but yeah, they basically shut it down. Anyway, that was a bad idea to start with, but it was fun to try. My goodness. But yeah, Tim, you're just gonna have to post up a picture of that capo of yours. Orphe string acoustic instrument. There's a capo called a flanger. What in the world is that? A Varicord multi-fret Capo. Interesting. So now we're going to look at another one. Just because this one is, this makes my brain hurt. So there's the unit with the little fingery things. It almost looks like it should be for making your guitar a slide guitar. And I presume that these will reach out to various lengths because they're going to slide through here. That's weird. Similar to that other one. You can't see what it was sold for, but this says that it's a rare Varicord multi-fret Capo. This Capo allows tunings that wouldn't be possible with any other Capo, except for the Freddy Krueger one that we just looked at a few minutes ago, which might actually, and that you can do creative open tunings, and it's really addictive once you start to play around with it. Some punctuation would have helped this phrase, this paragraph a lot. Once you start to play around with it, opening up a multitude of new tunings and sounds. This is like brand new, and these are very hard to find now. So don't miss your chance to buy a unique guitar Capo. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's weird. Well, and that's kind of what I was going for. And that's a Capo, right? Anyway, that was fun. The middle finger Capo is great for. We'll finish that. We need to know. I mean, seriously. Yeah. Oh, 4:30 in the morning's catching up with me. Well, thanks, Tim. That's fantastic. It's too much information. Just saying. Oh, you did. I think you missed this. I do think you missed this, Tim. You're asking what you missed. This is, let me get back over here. So, this is my Choose harp that I paid $2 for at the beach when I was 8 years old. And it still works. Oh, okay, your first wife. Yeah, that makes all the difference. Tastes terrible because it's dirty. It's been in my man box. I'll just let your imagination run wild with that one. Yeah, and I just turned 58, so this is 50 years old. I bought it brand spanking new. Using that finger, huh? Yeah. It works. Huh? I guess I should never question a master. I don't know. People ask me how I eat a sandwich too. I just do it. I don't know. It's let me groom it a little bit. Now you watch. I'll catch a hair in it. But this is way out here. This is actually almost an inch away from my mouth, and this just vibrates off my teeth. So it's not. I don't think that missing or not pulling a hair is really an issue. I suppose if I was trying to flutter butt it or something, you can't do that. Anyway, I really need to clean that thing before I put it in my mouth again, because it really is dirty. I don't know if I agree with that, Tim, because I've had, now, I know that there are purists out there. I've had my share of different pizzas. But the first time I had a barbecued chicken pizza, it was terrible. I love me some barbecued chicken. But yeah, this this was just chicken on a pizza with barbecue sauce instead of red sauce. That did not work. Nope, no pineapple. Pineapple only goes with Canadian bacon, sometimes olives. Yeah, if you're worried about pulling hairs with your kazoo, you're playing it wrong. Just saying. Oh, okay. Are you going to listen to me drone? Oh, boy. You're a brave, brave man, Guitar Shocker. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here and making comments. Yeah, that one was a little weird. I was just kind of letting that one roll by, but you caught yourself on it, so I'm just going to let you roll with it even further. Thank you very much, Tim. Always a joy to have you come in here and say inappropriate things in my chat. I love it. I appreciate it every time you do it. Now, if I could just if this had one more articulation besides this little arm here, if it had one so that you could kind of arc it, that'd be great. Because then I could stop hitting, there, that's working pretty good. Because then I could stop hitting my guitar on here. Not that I expect Ruby to stay pristine. She won't. She was made to be played, and so I'm going to play her. Yes, tell Mr. Tanner thank you for all of his help when he talked to me the other day. So I said hi. Smarter than the first guy that said I'm gonna eat the next thing that falls out of that chicken's ass. Epi, what does that mean? 'Cause at first I thought it said, well, they have a vent. Okay, so I understand I'm not a chicken aficionado when it comes to a chicken. I'm not looking it up. Good night. Good night, Tim. Thank you again. Thank you again for coming in and hanging out with us for a little while before it was time to go and play with the Tanner Man. You forgot to put 2 in there. T-O-O. See, me too, Vivian smiling. Me also. And I apologize if I typed anything to T-O-O again with a completely different meaning. Inappropriate. Now, some people argue with me and say that that should be T-O and not T-O-O. But when I went to school, I promise that it was T-O-O. Kinger's Music is in the house. Thank you very much for coming in and hanging out for us a little bit. Let me try that again. Thank you for coming out and hanging with us for a little bit. I'm not sure what my mouth was going to do there, but Tim, I think you're safe. I don't think you said anything that offended Vivian. Which is a good thing, because if we offend Vivian, then we have to be sad. Because Vivian is the mark. Because Vivian is smiling. It says so right in her name. And she does smile. She also makes me smile. Like when she did my birthday song in 3 languages. Bar chords are hard up here because my fat fingers. They're short anyway, so they barely reach across the neck. But when I try and bar up here and I got to start squishing these fat little digits all into the... See there, I hit it again. See, I'm doing my rockabilly. It gets higher and higher and higher as I go. I don't know why I can't just leave it there. After I do that 5 or 6 times in a row, I get better at it. It's weird. I keep telling people I don't need to practice. They just tell me to do it again, and I said, well, I just did. Why do you need me to do it again? They said, practice. Doesn't make sense. Oh, nice. That'll be awesome. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I did a little playing around with that when I was here alone the other day. And I need to practice. I can do it, but some of the upper range is at the top of my comfortable range. And I'm just not going to practice it that hard to push it and build that out. If it happens over a long period of time, that's fine, but we're not going to take that long to do this, so I'm looking forward to hearing it. Well, Preston made it back. He didn't get lost. Must mean you stayed in the house. That's all I got. So, yep, posture and scales. And like I said, I know that I said I was going to try and, do some other scales and some other places on the fretboard, but I thought I would work on fingering and keeping the right finger making, because that will stay, over the 4-fret spread everywhere I do that once I start learning where the individual notes are. the capos. Maybe I put the capos on the other way. Hey, let's try an experiment. I'm going to try something new. Night, Mike. Thank you for coming out. Definitely appreciate you being in my chat room. Yeah, see, that doesn't want to stay there. This must be a larger... Yeah, see, this is a thicker bar. Oh, that's weird. I thought those bars were the same, but... I gotta fiddle around with it, but I can make it stay. Trying a new idea. If you're wondering what I'm doing. If I flip the capos over so that the handles are sticking up, that gives me another 2 inches of clearance. And you know what they say about 2 inches? It can make all the difference. Girth or length? Well, girth and length is a matter of perspective. No, but I believe it will on the if you put a capo on the nut, it will probably make you sing higher. Capo in the cul-de-sac. There you go. Okay. Was that a Freudian slip? I don't know. I played around on the electrics a little bit. It's kind of fun. I don't know that it's the... I don't know if it's the end-all, beat-all to making everything fantastic, but it's just something I've experimented with. Well, I'm going to get one of those slide doohickeys. I showed it last week on the stream. And then I'm going to get an actual slide that'll fit my finger, because this one's... I can put it on my pinky all right, but... Ah, great sound. The machinist in me loves it. But anyway, one of those, it raises up your strings, so it'll work better as a temporary slide. A Hubsian slip. Yeah, I thought glass would be cool, but apparently this is for a child because that's literally as far as will go on that one. It'll go to the second knuckle on the ring finger, and it'll go all the way to the base on the pinky. We don't even need to talk about thumb, because to use it that way, you'd have to wrap the slide. I don't know. Yeah, I could use it like that. There we go. Interesting. I don't know if I'd call that Pyrex or not. I cooked a lot of food in a Pyrex. And this has some serious flaws in it. Yeah. But it was $5. It just so happens I have a Bic lighter here. It doesn't work. It just sounds like my regular guitar. But if I put it on the strings, that sounds kind of cool. This is our local store here. Well, it's the one I intend to use. Nope, wrong way. There it is. Advertising. They gave it to me for free. I feel it's only fair that I show people what I have. So did I use the Bic lighter right? One of my best friends, well, I'm sure he's retired. He might even be passed on now. But Jim Griffin was one of my best friends. And he was a pipe fitter welder and worked on nuclear power plants through the 70s. So he was pretty good. He could weld a bit. He told me one of the funniest stories I'd ever heard because he hated QC people, as I'm sure most tradesmen do. But this, they were, I don't remember where in the country the nuke was going up, but Yeah, they're pretty particular about the welding that you do on a nuclear power plant for all the steam and the water and all that stuff to be put around. Um, okay, absolutely. That would be fun. I love learning from everybody. Everybody has shown me something or taught me something about this instrument that I say I love. So yeah, I would absolutely love that. Okay. I need to get a bigger one though, because this finger's too fat. So now I was telling a story, and then Hugh interrupted me with a common sense kind of comment. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My friend Jim. Everybody called him Catfish, so if I say Catfish, I mean Jim. But anyway, he's welding, and this QC guy is standing behind him, watching him. That's probably second second thing he hates the most is somebody watching him work, whether it's QC or supervisor, doesn't matter. So when welding on pipes in a nuclear power plant, they commonly X-ray them to make sure that they're pure and they're fully penetrated and all of that. So when you're welding these pipes, and I have no idea what size the pipe was, but I'm envisioning something a decent size because of the way he made this description. So he's doing an overhead weld and he's coming off of the backside of it and he's going to come around the bottom and then finish where he started up here and do that. So that was his plan before the QC guy was started standing behind him watching him. So he's he's coming he's coming down the backside and he gets about 2/3 of the way down to the bottom where he'd start coming up and he breaks the weld, pulls the stick, goes back up to the top and starts welding back down the other way to meet at the bottom. And apparently this quality control inspector lost his mind and started yelling at Jim, telling him, "You can't do that. That's not the right way to do it." To which Jim answered, and I can't do the Texas drawl. He was a good old boy from Texas. And I can't do that. But he looked at him and he said, "Well, actually, sir, you're dead fucking wrong. I can do any goddamn thing I want because I'm a welder and I've been doing this for 25 years." So the, the QC guy then stomped off to go do whatever he was going to do, make a report or something like that. So in the meantime, Jim cut the weld back out, that pipe. He just cut the pipe off again because it's open on the other end. So he just cut it again, reground it so that it had that bevel, and then welded it proper because he knew that that was going to get x-rayed probably 5 times. But yeah, he really enjoyed doing stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of stories came from Jim. Yeah, but if you so I'm a machinist. All right, that was my automotive machining. I didn't do blueprints, none of that engineering stuff. But I knew my way around an automotive machine shop pretty well. I built some good engines. But so Jim says to me one day, we're neighbors, lived next door to each other. Comes over and he grabs me and he's got his Roy Clark pipeline truck out there, to his working for at the time, and he says, "Come on over here. I brought some coupons home from the hall. We're going to teach you how to weld today." I'm probably in my early 30s at this point. And I've gotten through my entire life to that point not welding. Nothing. No wire feed, no MIG, no TIG, no stick, no nothing. So, of course, it's stick welding. That was Jim's big deal. He knew how to run all the orbital welders and all the computer controlled ones and all that. There wasn't anything he couldn't do as far as that went. He was a good welder. But so I guess at the hall, when you're practicing to be an apprentice, they have what they call coupons, which are just chunks of metal from whatever, and you bevel them, and then you weld them, and then they check the penetration. Sometimes they put them in a vise and bend them and see if the weld holds, or see what it takes to break it as you're progressing and learning. So he brings these coupons home. Now we're not doing anything like that. He just says, "Here, I got some extra stuff, and you're gonna do this." So here I am holding the stinger, and it's got the stick coming off of it. The coupon's there, and he says, "Now you touch it up here and get it lined up, and then put your helmet down and start doing it." So the first thing I did was got it all lined up, forgot to put my helmet down, and touched it, to which I was instantaneously blinded because I was looking right at it because I forgot to put the helmet down. And then it got stuck. I had to bend it back and forth to get it loose again. So after a few minutes, my eyes had recovered somewhat. He says, "Okay, try it again." He says, "Get it lined up, then put your helmet down, and and then start touching it and starting to weld." And then it got stuck again and again and again. This happened like probably 6 times in a row. I just couldn't get that drag right to get the pedal started. Yeah, I know why they call it stick welding. How cool is that? That is cool. My ex-wife's uncle helped build the Fremont Bridge in Portland. That's kind of cool. He's kind of a creepy guy, but that is really neat to be able to say that your grandfather put rivets on a Queen Mary ship. Wow. Yeah, the auto darkening helmets existed then, but they were in their infancy, and most full-time welders didn't use them. And yeah, that would have helped me a lot because it would have felt much more natural. But yeah, Catfish tried, but he never did actually get me welding. I got okay with flux cord wire. I couldn't afford a machine that would use the argon gas, but wow, that's crazy cool. Huh. Now, see, my grandfather, see, now you got me thinking about my gramps. So, my grandfather was a body man, and he started out working for a horse drawn coach company. I want to say it was in Chicago, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's where he apprenticed. And this was about 19, let's see, he was 14 or 15, so it would have been around 1916 or so, 1916, 1917. So cars were beginning to become more prevalent, but the the thing of it was there were still a lot of horse-drawn carriages out there, and these were fancy coaches, not like a stagecoach, but like your Lincoln Continental kind of thing with the lights and the shiny, and yeah. So he started out doing that and then just naturally progressed into doing body and paint work as automobiles became popular. And he moved all over the country, and he did Pensacola, Florida, Omaha, Nebraska, Chicago, Illinois. Well, he made it out to Los Angeles for a time, and when he was out there, um, Tom Mick wrecked his car and requested my grandfather to fix it for him. So, yeah, if you know who Tom Mick is, My grandfather fixed one of his wrecked cars. I don't know which one. Look at that. We're still trying it. Yeah. Thank you, Preston. No, you actually got them. All three of them. So you actually got them. I missed. We're going to go up here. All right, refresh you. You should have mod privileges. Yep, Preston jumped right in there and got them taken care of. Wish we could just ban them because it's the same damn one. I don't know how to ban. But thank you, Preston. Do appreciate that. Thank you. All right. You're welcome, Hugh. Yeah. Jim was probably one of my best friends, and I had to move. And after I moved, he and his wife moved back to some little town in Texas, and he did his own thing for a while. And then I presume we'd lost touch, unfortunately, 20 years ago. So I don't know. I don't know where he's at or how he's doing. I wish I did. He had sent me his address, and I sent something to it, and apparently they had moved or done something different because I got it back as no such person at this address. So he moved on or passed on. I don't know which. But yeah, it was quite a deal. He had worked so much for so many union halls that he actually had to work with the boss of the local hall. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names. I never worked union jobs at all. But yeah, he had to have help to put all of his vestments together from all of the different jobs so that he could start lining up his retirement. He started doing it about 10 years before he actually planned to retire. So, yeah, it was quite a mess, I guess, because he had to go and get the records from each hall that he had worked through where he was vested so they could transfer the money to whatever hall he was going to retire out of. It sounded like a nightmare. So how long have you been a Boilermaker? Have you always done it, or did you change somewhere along the line and just start doing something different? So I started my career with my dream job, being an automotive machinist, building engines for everyday cars, race cars, mud bog trucks, jet boats. We built engines for everything. And then had to change. I had a lot of automotive knowledge. I hurt my back in '91. Had to start over again. So I went into automotive parts, and I spent the rest of my career in there. So I'm an automotive machinist with a PhD in automotive parts because I did it for 30 years. So, just a curiosity question. I like to ask people stupid questions about their lives. You know, not that it's any of my business, but you know, I'm here talking and it gives me a subject matter. Yeah, I really gotta cut these fingernails. The middle one especially. That one is the most offensive. Now, why did... There it goes. Man, it did not want to... My chat was moving on my OBS screen, but it wasn't moving in the screen I'm reading it in. And I knew you guys had to be saying something. Yeah, well, well, man. See, I don't have my grandfather was too young for World War One and too old for World War Two. He tried to get into the army too young for World War One, and they turned him away. Told him he wasn't old enough, and he also tried to do something for World War Two, but he was too old for them to put him into service. Now, his older brother served in both World War One and World War Two. Interesting. Yeah. No. But I don't know the rhythm. I mean, I've heard the song clearly, but I don't remember. So I'll have to go back and listen to that. I have that technology. Now I'm curious. It's been a while since I've heard that song. And no, I'm not. I have it muted. So you guys shouldn't be able to hear it. This shouldn't be a copyright strike for me today. Because I have the web. Mr. Back from Doing Time. How are you doing, Billy? Good to see you. I would have never heard it live. Is there an album version? Symphonic. Well, there's the album. Oh, wow. I forgot about this intro. Awesome. I'm living the dream too, right now. Don't ask me how I know. Oh, this is a beaut. Now I remember this song. Wow. They're just gonna nail me tonight. Yeah, very persistent. I'm still not gonna go look at their stupid porn. Well, this is quite a mix of guitars in here. And then the keyboard coming in. Yeah. Wow. Okay. There we go. Interesting. I'll have to play around with that because that's very, very interesting. I'm not sure why they decided to pick on my stream tonight. They've been leaving me alone, but that's all right. And how Lori keeps it out of hers, I don't know. Let's see. Something like that, anyway. I listened to it for like, 45 seconds. So yeah, I'm a master now. I know everything there is to know about that song. Just ask me, I'll tell you. No, not true. Oh, were they in Dave's? Man, that sucks. So how does that work on the playback? When um Preston's taking a break now. Anyway, so how does it work on the playback? You guys come in as mods because I've never asked this question to anybody before, but you guys come in, your mods, and you do the thing, and they try and post their thing with the smiley face and all that bullshit, and then you delete that message. So does it just never show up when the replay goes out? I'm just curious. Well, I don't know if I'm ready to take a leap, but ready to learn some stuff. Most of my stuff's been self-taught. I started out with Dave, but the finances haven't allowed me. Okay, thank you, Hugh. Finances haven't allowed me that, and I've been in contact with Dave. He knows that I really, really want to get back into doing 2 lessons a month with him and get back. I just like the way he thinks about music. It's unusual. When I first started with him, one of my first lessons, I said, well, I don't want to be, I don't want to just copy what other people are doing, and I want to learn to actually play. He said, well, why wouldn't you want to copy? That's what we all did to learn in the beginning. Just copy what they're doing. It doesn't matter. Just play. If it's making you happy and it feels good, then do it. He said, play what you like and play what you want to do. And then we got into the whole thing about I thought I knew music theory because I had studied classical piano and I thought that my teachers had taught me some music theory. I didn't think I knew everything about it. I didn't know diddly. I knew how to read some music, but I did not understand music theory. So I got all hung up on that. I wanted to know the theory and do this. And he said, why? He said, it's like a language. He said, just like you learn to speak English or French or German, whatever you were as a child, just like you learned to play that, or just like you learned to speak that, you just did it by listening and copying. He says, you'll do the same thing. He says, and one day it's going to click. You'll be looking at the circle of fifths or the circle of fourths, either one, and it'll, you'll go, oh, and that'll all make sense, just like language did too. So, and I've always thought of music as a language, but oh, okay. I get it. I get what you're saying. Sorry, I was looking at it wasn't centered. Boy, that thing is dirty. I can't believe I actually played that for you guys tonight. That is filthy, filthy, filthy. It's gonna get it's gonna get some cleaning done to it tomorrow. I had to close my window on my door. I'll be right back. And I'm sorry my chair squeaks, but it's also breaking. So I have to be careful. Again? Holy mackerel. Good lord. Why don't you guys go pick on somebody else's stream? We're just trying to play some guitar here. Good job, Hugh. Thank you. Whack-a-bot. I know there's no actual person to hear me say that, but they are most definitely persistent. You paid your way. Oh. At first I thought that said I prayed my way. What in the heck? Hold up. There it goes. I don't know what it is. This helps. This little clippy thing that I got here. Hey, look, I got one. I got one on my own channel. My mods are better than me. Maybe there really is a person behind that, and they did hear me tell them to just go away. They don't know how to spell, though. That's way up there. Very high. Yeah, I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I've been up since 4:30 this morning and it is almost midnight. So thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us, Vivian. Always a pleasure to see you in my chat. Always a pleasure to see you in my chat. Right? As I'm starting to wind down, I'm thinking I got 5 minutes to midnight on my clock, and I'm thinking it's gonna be my witching hour tonight. As in 4 hours I will have been up for 24, and that's a lot of hours. You're very welcome, Vivian. All right, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us for a little bit. I definitely appreciate it. So don't do anything I wouldn't do, and well, if you do, have more fun than I would have. Yes, indeed. It probably does feel long because we're old. I really have to agree with that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna call it, guys. It's late and I'm tired, and we'll have to figure out when to get together and do the StreamYard thing, because I definitely want to see what you want to show me for the chording thing, and or if that was about the slide part. Either way, yeah, it's great, Preston. Great to have you here, Billy, Preston, Hugh, Vivian, Kinger's Music. I don't know Kinger's actual name. I probably should. I listen to his stuff all the time. Anyway, definitely appreciate you guys all coming. But yeah, you shoot me an email with that with your little messing around on the song. Definitely would like to listen to that and kind of get that into my brain as I'm learning the rest of it. So have a good one, and then, like I said, we'll get together and you can teach me new stuff about the guitar, as you know more about the guitar than I probably ever will. Good night, Preston. Good night, Hugh. Good night, Billy. Good night, Vivian. And anybody else. Oh, hell, even the bot. Have a good night and sleep well. Stay smooth, everybody.